All right, let's get started. Okay, balance patch review. Like vanilla cookie dodges it again. Yeah, we'll see. The big one. Okay, we'll get to it. Okay, first things first. Stun rate now 50%. Damage reduced by 22%. So on the Hollyberry cookie Manon, well, water Hollyberry cookie Manon, pretty big nerf. That's a thick nerf for the patch right after a buff. Hey, Liger. So now it's going to be less consistent at being annoying. Obviously, wind units are going to basically be immune to it now, and they reduce its damage by quite a lot. Fundamentally unchanged. You can still get RNG'd by it. Actually true. But still, that's big numbers changes. All right. Second, the other half of Holly Molly. Just more frustrating to get RNG'd. Yeah. There's going to be more throw phones, especially because now people are going to get used to... they're going to think they shouldn't get stunned, but still, that chance is still big. It's just not 100%. All right, Molly, the other half. Activates when an ally, including yourself, gets attacked. Now, no longer... So now you cannot... The glance effect does not apply to Molly. So now you can kill Molly better. This is effectively not... I feel like this is barely a nerf. Siege nerf for this or for Hollyberry. But this I don't care about. Siege. Yeah. I don't... Okay. Yeah, I don't think this matters much in RTA. Hey, Pink. How's it going? Hey, Clay Heizung. Let's see. She won't get used on defense anymore. Yeah, I guess that's probably true. I don't know too much about Siege, so we'll... I wish I could highlight this. It doesn't matter. I'll go like this with my mouse to show which one I'm looking at. Herne and Dark Cookie can't glance her anymore, at least. Actually, that is true. That is true. All right, Dark Onimusha nerfed the 30% damage. Now that's just not in the passive anymore. So that's effectively a 30% damage decrease on Gyoki. That is pretty big, because most of the people saying that he needs nerfed were actually suggesting counter buffs to go with the nerf, and this is just a straight nerf. So Gyoki is probably not kill, but at the same time, this is actually a huge damage nerf to Gyoki. I feel like the number of people who are going to overreact and not use him anymore is going to be way higher than it should be. Are we going to Joe Gun 2.0 featuring Oliver? We are not Xander Pops. But there are some things in here that will make Oliver really hard to use. I don't think they killed it, because his stats and everything else are still incredible. That is a very harsh nerf, though, with no counter buff to go with it. Let's see. Dark Desert Queen actually nerfed Nephthys. Kind of crazy. Except that it's still barely a nerf. So she now only has an 80% chance to silence instead of a 100% chance to silence. Not that crazy. I don't know. I mean, it is clearly a nerf. I don't know if it's going to matter, though. 100% to 80. Yeah, it's like, it's still going to work like most of the time. And also, she still doesn't have a... she still obviously can't, she's in... she always lands it, right? Like, the accuracy check isn't there. So it's still, her rate of applying silence is basically just as high as any other unit. 80 versus 85, even though it's now not, doesn't have the 100% chance. I don't know. It is a nerf. I don't know if it's going to matter, though. Because, honestly, her defense break being unresistible is probably stronger than the silence. This Molly nerf is nice. Yeah. 280%. Oh, it's 280% chances on S2? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the silence is a single check at the end of skill 2, not at the beginning. Hey, Mista, thanks for the resub with Prime. Appreciate it. Kaki does more damage than Gyoki now? Maybe. It's a check on every hit of S2? Huh. Okay. Then, okay, yeah, then this is a joke. Yeah, okay, well, they nerfed Nepthes, whatever. I actually didn't think Nepthes was too much of a problem, personally. She's one of those units where she wasn't egregious, she just was too good. So maybe a 4% nerf is enough. I don't know. Yeah, not much on. Okay, actual buffs to Assassin's Creed monsters in the first patch. Is this a fundamental philosophy change from Comtuos? This was very unexpected. Yeah, it says specifically silence, yes. Yeah, 4% across 4 units in launch, okay. Okay, Ezio, let's get on these. I actually have to try to record this somewhat quickly. So, Fire Ezio. Master of Assassination, his passive ignores the enemy's defense by an additional 20% chance when attacking an enemy without beneficial effects. So, oh no, but it's not a 20% chance, it's 20%. So if they're not buffed, he just carves an extra. So I think this will actually make this guy sick. I think he was already on the borderline of being sick. He might be actually sick now. Really, really want to see this. Because, like, especially because, as we'll later see, I looked a little bit ahead. It seems like they buffed single target snipe in this patch a lot. And this is another single target snipe unit that got patched a lot. Like, that 20% additional is pretty big. Like, this, like, I'm going to be literally running Assassins and Battle Angels after this patch for a while. Okay, Ezio, Water Light. They actually stole my idea, which was granting counter effect on an allied target. So now you can bring something with an egregious skill 1 and force them to attack it. This is actually kind of ridiculous. This might be insane. Is it a 1 turn or a 2 turn though? If it's a 2 turn, or it doesn't really matter. This is going to be really cool. You're too slow to be a cleaver. Me too, but I'm still going to do it. It's 2 turns. Okay, so additionally grants. Actually, I'm going to make this slightly smaller so people can see chat. Nah, fuck it. I'm not. You guys can just be not visible. Awakening still shit though? Yeah, well, maybe they'll fix it later. Okay, so Water Light. Ezio gets counterattack effect on an allied target with distraction. That's your throw coins ability. Altair also gets it because he's effectively an Ezio. Counterattack effect is actually going to be kind of insane, especially because you're going to be able to do stuff like throw this on a triple revenge bird or something super fucking annoying, and then they're just going to have to deal with it. Like this might be kind of nuts. Why triple revenge bird? Why not? Like, this is going to be so annoying. Oh, actually, no, you're right. It doesn't have. Sorry, I get what you're saying. Sorry, it's early and I'm tired. Okay, it doesn't have to be a triple revenge bird. This could be literally be any bird of hell. Like, so you could run this with Swift Bird and it'll be insane. Okay, this is gonna be ridiculous. Oh my god, this is gonna be stupid. All right. Anyway, let's see, Dark Ezio. His additional attack always lands as a crit. That's cool. Yeah, single target nuke comp with a Swift Bird. We're gonna go wild. It's gonna be crazy. This is insane. Also, the additional attack landing as a crit. It's not insane, but for a 4-star, it's really nice because now you can just do the same thing you did with everyone else and build it on crit damage. Cool. And then he doesn't even need it, right? Okay, so we'll not talk about him too much because 4 stars, but this is another single target DPS thing. Fire, Wind, Dark. Ezio's Nimble Assault decreases the attack bar with a 50% chance. This one was the I wish I had another. Actually, I'm gonna just pop up another BlueStacks while we're doing this so I can read their skills, so I can compare this. I don't think this was a super interesting. This is the one that armor breaks, right? Hey Ricky, how's it going, man? This is that second skill that armor breaks. No Albert nerf time to hibernate. No. Did you get Fire Vanilla, Ricky? I think Fire Vanilla Cookie is about to be the most. Like, I'm pretty sure CC Cleave is now dead, 100% dead. Impossible to CC Cleave after this. Like, no even fucking joke. I'm pretty sure that it's dead. At least it's not a super effective unit, aside from Oliver's still utterly broken for LD abusers. Kind of. Okay, I'm pulling up another. I may actually have to edit this part of the video out just because. All right. So the air assassination skill was 2 turns to increase with an 80% chance and attack by 50% with a 30% chance, which was a 50% chance and now is a 70% chance. So he does in fact hit ATB back by a 70% chance now, which is actually pretty good. So this is a little bit of a buff, but not that crazy. Oliver wasn't getting abused in CC cleave. So the Swiftver's Chunk Pung and Charlotte's completely dead. I feel like it might be Casper. Jackson Stonks go infinite, kinda. Alright, Ezio, light Ezio, air assassination. Skill cooldown of air assassination is increased by 1 turn if the target dies. That's the ignores passive one. It had a 4-turn cooldown, now 3-turn cooldown. Pretty good. Well, actually, it's a 2-turn cooldown now with skill ups, assuming that you kill with it. But why wouldn't you kill with it? Duh. Is this Abspire stream? Yeah, kind of. Nice song. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's actually, this is quite good. Yeah, maybe more of a guild thing than RTA though, because he's not particularly fast. I don't know. It's a cool skill. Okay, water light. Okay, fire Bayek. Let's see, fire Bayek. This one is going to be kind of cool. Decreases enemies' defense for 2 with a 30% chance. So, thing about this is that there's no skill ups in his skill ups though. So he hits 5 times with a 2-turn defense break on each hit. So he's like bad. I don't know. It's nice. It's a huge bonus. Having any defense break is a huge bonus, but that's not a high chance even with 5 hits. Shit balance patch. I think it's okay. Tosi OP. Yeah, the samurai are also getting buffed. It's gonna be crazy. Like I really want to run. Shige now. No Oliver nerf. No, but there's some stuff that's kind of like nerfs. Well, we'll see. Well, they really need to nerf him, but whatever. We'll get to it. Okay, Wind Bayek. Now 3-turn continuous damage when attacking instead of 2. I don't know if that matters, but it's kind of cool just because, I mean, now you're taking off an extra 5% of their health. And I don't know, it's cool. It's cool. It's a buff, but I don't know if it's the buff he needed. Hey, El Super Gradito. Welcome. Let's see. Light Bayek. Violent Rampage recovers your hit point by 30% of the inflicted damage. That was the skill that attacks... Let's see. That's the one that destroys enemy hit points by 100% and increases damage. So maybe... that might be okay, because now he's like a weird bruiser that actually kills them eventually. Because now he heals himself. He has a built-in heal. But on a... it's not actually even that long a cooldown. Light Bayek might be legit now. Like, Violent Rampage is kind of neat now. The fact he has a self-heal at all is kind of sick. Alright, Dark Bayek. Removes 1 beneficial effect after being stunned. So now he strips, but he's not an initiator on this skill. It's still a nice bonus. I don't know if this matters. I know everyone was kind of down on Dark Bayek, but it's kind of cool. I like the eagle anyway. So let's see. Might sell another Oliver skin before the nerf. Yeah. Let's see. Water Iver. So they decrease the stat requirement. So it's easier to get the stats on her now, which I guess is nice because now you can build her higher damage or higher tank or whatever it is you needed and still get the other bonuses. Haven't had time to... Yeah. Hey, Neff. Let's see. So Okay. Oh, oops, sorry. Hero Strike. I missed this one right in the middle. So this was already a good nuke. Single target, ignore damage or ignore armor nuke on Cassandra. Now we have it just does more damage. I feel like she was already in a good spot. Weirdly enough, one of the better spots for any of the AC units. So the fact that this got 10% damage is super good, actually. All right. Firelight, Iver absorbs the. So instead of decrease, it now absorbs on Harpoon Impalement, which is. What was that? That's on wind? No, it's on fire. It's on fire. So that stuns for a turn, decrease attack bar by 50%, aka 60 or 70%. Now absorb. So she's a better nuker because she can cycle herself. That's nice. I don't know. These didn't seem to get used that much anyway, and I believe. At least, actually, the light one though is going to be insane though, right? Because that's the Jaeger one. So the Jaeger one that already has really nice turn cycling now gets even more turn cycling. Okay, so Light Iver, this might be a huge buff to Light Iver. Light Iver might be legitimate now also. She's still useless for GB12. Yeah, they should have done that, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't want people to be able to make cool teams. Ugh. All right, Dark Totemist. So actually, this is something I suggested a long time ago. I think a few people have as well. Is now as a 2-turn provoke. So Dark Totemist is going to be awesome. Just apply the Molly nerf to most of the units. Can't decide what skin to get for Tosi. Yeah. The fact, oh man, I gotta look at those. It sucks that this special league we can't play with the samurais because they seemed really fun. Is Laura fire back them? Yeah, dude. This is the single target cleave patch. Like if I can't make single target cleave this patch, so Ricky, I actually do think Fire Panda is good. I'm gonna get to Fire Panda. I really, really want to play with Fire Panda now. Like, and use it to kill people with, like, the Nyx team. Oh my god. It'd be so cool. Anyway, we'll get to that. Howl's Second Awakening Dark. Decreases skill cooldown of attack if Cha-Cha and Friends fails to switch the attack bar. This is just means that he doesn't derp if he fails. Where's Wajat buff? Maybe. Put your Ethno set on Sonya. Dude, Sonya's going to be insane with solo potential. Even if you don't do that, you can put her on like Vampire and potentially just have her fast enough on Vampire that she just does the damn thing. Like Sonya's going to be insane. All right. Pure Vanilla Cookie / Pudding Princess Fire. This is the big one, I actually think, that kills. I actually am going to go out on a limb and say they killed CC Cleave almost once and for all. Because now anyone with Fire Vanilla, aka literally anyone in the game, can draft Fire Vanilla Cookie and Ragdoll. Actually, hold on. This is hold on. Maybe I'm reading. I thought this was an ad whenever I looked at it the first time. So attack bar increasing effect increased by 30%. Now is attack bar decreasing effect decreased by 40%. So this is actually huge, but losing the attack bar gain is kind of lame. Anyone with a Ragdoll, can draft Fire Vanilla and Ragdoll. Still, this is pretty nuts, right? This is kind of big. Imagine Vanilla Rag Dark Surfer. Yeah, there's going to be some really degen ATB comps, but you have to have double LD5s for it to matter. But still, attack bar decreased by 40%. Like, you now throw her in and you kill a lot of units. Like, it doesn't quite kill all of her exactly, but this is pretty big. You just do nothing. I mean, Ragdoll's not nothing, and Pure Vanilla does heal on skill 1. Even as lame as that is not nothing. Because Fire Vanilla's other skill is actually a pretty nice heal. Like, because especially they do buff it, I believe, as well. So it's now a 20% shield instead of a 15. But anyway, this is pretty big. Given it's a change and not just a gain, like an addition to the attack bar increasing, but still, I think this is going to be way more annoying than people expect. Because now an Oliver pushes back what? It was 70% before. Now he loses, what is this, 28%. So a Chung Peng pushes back 42%. So he gets 122. So 126% ATB. So now this actually kills Chung Peng slightly, because now I believe Chung Peng cannot decrease skills if you have Fire Vanilla. Wind Robo plus Oliver, Chung Peng equals Force Ban. Yeah. So this kills Chung Peng if he's on the enemy team, 100%. Tomoe still absorbs like 100% per unit, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. This does increase Tomoe. So maybe we can do stuff with Tomoe instead of Chung Peng. But I feel like Chung Peng actually gets hurt really bad by this. Let's see. Pure Vanilla Wind reflects 50% of the damage dealt to the shield. So this is what I was saying, I think on the podcast is... this skill is not bad. The numbers were bad. So this is them increasing the shield reflection. So I still think this is bad though. I think Wind didn't get buffed enough. This still I don't think will be good, but I would be happy to be surprised. Maybe if you throw enough shielders on one team. Like, do you just use Kamoon now? They buffed the shield value too. Oh, they did buff the shield value. You're right. So the shield value goes up here. Water Dark, skill cooldown decreased by 1 turn. So now this is, I believe, a 1 turn, or this is just a 2 turn cooldown. So you're going to throw this every other turn, basically. I do want to see this. I still think this number might not be high enough. Is Trinity better now? Actually, unironically, probably. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's way better. All right. So now this is not the buff I wanted to see on Water Dark, but at the same time, like, it is a buff. Cool. Okay. Shield amount increased on this one, on the Fire, Wind, and Light Pure Vanilla Cookie to 20%. Might be enough. 15% damage buff. Vanessa's Vanessa's actually insane now. Vanessa's really good. All right. I'm not going to talk too much about the Pure Vanillas. These are unexciting buffs other than the Fire one, but still cool. These might be better than I am giving the time to. Okay, so Valk improvements. So Vanessa now strips on her skill 2. This is actually kind of crazy because now there's a 33 lead with a strip. That's big. Not insane big, but it's way bigger than you would expect. Like, this actually is just a straight buff to Obabo in particular, because he was using certain units basically for a strip anyway, like a single target strip, and now he has a 33 lead with a strip. So strip or death break, typically the strip hits first, but we'll see. If it strips first into the defense break, then this is going to be crazy, right? Because she's just a setup for all kinds of stuff. This is actually going to be nuts, potentially, if it goes in that order. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually super OP. This is straight Obabo buff. Like, Obabo, are you gonna... Okay, so we're gonna see Valk. So, for instance, one of the things we're gonna see in this patch, or after this, is going to be Valks plus Battle Angels into like 33 lead, like single target nuker builds. Like, this might be just the way, because now Obabo, I can run Valk plus Wolyung. So I could just run Vanessa Wolyung into single target nukers. Anyway, it's going to be insane. And then it self-protects your team too. All right, whatever. We'll get into that later. So Water Valk. Camilla freezes the enemy target from 1 turn, so she now has a CC. Pretty cool. I mean, that's just a straight buff. Like, adding a CC to a unit that didn't have a CC is kind of nice. Like, don't know if it's enough to get used, but it turns her potentially into a much more viable turn 2 annoying unit. See, Light Valk increases the chance of landing and glancing it for 2 turns, which she already glanced. And this is honestly this is kind of good. Like this was already one of the better things that Akroma did was that skill 2, and now it has glancing, so it nerfs whoever she's hitting a lot more. Yeah, Camilla I think is better. Like the fact that you add a CC onto a unit without a CC is kind of big. All right, so Valk's like just fucking won this patch in a lot of ways. Until we look later. Okay, so Chow now cleanses himself more, but he heals less. He's less of a soloist, but he's also way harder to CC. Kind of cool. Like that's a pretty good buff to Chow. I think this is a nice buff because most of the time he gets focused last anyway, so the heal didn't matter until. So this keeps him in the fight while he needs to be effective instead of just sort of staying alive. All right, Light Dragonite Jaeger increases the chance of landing a glancing hit for 1 turn when counterattacking. So he glances people when he counterattacks. I don't know if this is even a buff. I feel like this is really lackluster. Maybe someone can suggest a reason why this is better than I think it is, but I don't think this is very good. I guess it's a self-protection thing, right? Like whenever he's 1v1ing or 1v4ing or whatever, glancing them means that he stays alive longer. I don't know if this makes Jaeger OP. It makes him better maybe, but I feel like this is like some big brain buff instead of like a makes the unit feel more fun buff. Yeah, it is kind of a Juno buff a little bit. All right, Light Occult Girl. Changed her max hit point scaling to max hit points and defense, and also they gave her the Nikki treatment where she puts defense on before her attack goes off. So she self buffs a defense nuker. So she's maybe the king of defense nukers now. Except I feel like that was Wijat. So I do think this is a nice buff though. So good job, Laura. Cool that Laura got a buff. Let's see. Monkey King Fire. Gold Headband. The passive effect activates whenever the enemy's turn ends. So I think what this means is that he's going to stack up no matter what. You can't ignore him. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why. Or what this does. So basically, Fire Monkey now will stack up in how many turns? Is it 10 activations or 20 activations? But this is another CC cleave nerf, basically. So it's 10 times. So once they've went 10 times, he's stacked all the way up. So you can't stop him from getting his... So he gets 100% ATB by the time they've taken 10 turns. That's nice. I think this might also be kind of good, except most people I feel like bring this guy into an AE, so this doesn't really help that much. You think CC Cleave is okay with this patch? I really want to see it. I feel like Fire Vanilla did a lot, but... Okay, Panda Warrior Fire. This is literally a buff only to me, because I'm the only person who would ever consider using this in RTA. So inflicts damage proportionate to defense and max hit points of the enemy. Now is a defense scaling only buff. So you don't have to build... So he doesn't scale based on max hit points, but you can build him as a defense nuker, and then he increases damage by 20% for each harmful effect granted. On Gyoki nerf was pretty big. So this one's kind of cool. I really want to see if this scales enough to make him insane. The nice thing is that he does debuffs on his own, so... Yeah, I actually think, I actually agree with Babo a little bit, is that they probably should have given him a different buff to go with on, like to make him slightly more fair instead of just straight nerfing him, but at the same time his win rate was a little bit high, so maybe he needed it, but I feel like people are going to overreact and just stop using him, and that's going to be sad. All right. Cannon Girl Wind now attacks twice on rolling cannon. First attack grants Oblivion on the enemy target. Second attack attacks all enemies. So I don't know if this is enough, but this is actually pretty fucking cool. Like, I like the fact that we have another Oblivioner and she's a nuker. Like, I'm going to try out Cannon Girl probably in Special League. This is... And it inflicts damage in proportion to the number of allies alive. So she's now a first turn unit, right? Like, she no longer has her defensive. She's actually a cleave unit. Hey, thanks for the follow, Avery Cutie. So Wind Cannon Girl currently is works a little bit like Lydia, where her team has to take hits for her to become active. Now, oh no, she still has that. Sorry, that's on her passive. Never mind. My mistaken. Okay, so she's still a little bit weird, but okay. So they basically just buffed her Oblivion, gave her Oblivion. Okay, never mind. Oops. This is cool though. I still think this is really nice. The fact that she has a relevant debuff. So we have another Oblivioner and she nukes. So Ongyoki actually unusable now? No. Like, if you... Like, Ongyoki did too much damage before. So if you're under the assumption that Ongyoki needed at least some damage nerf, which I slightly agree with, then he may have went too far towards getting nerfed. But he did need at least some damage nerf. Like, that's the entire reason he was busted, is because he did too much damage. So I feel like what's going to happen is people are going to get mad, stop using Ongyoki, but Ongyoki's actually still going to be really good. He's still damage agnostic. He still has still has a self-protection mechanism. They go from 100 to 50 to 30, now 0. I think it was 50, then it went to 30. It was never 100, I don't think. Yeah. Thing is, he still has an armor break on skill 1. Let's see. Ongyoki doesn't kill a unit. He kills some units. But yeah, I agree. Think he's Garbanzo? I don't think so. I think he requires setup. So the thing is if you're I'm going to disagree slightly, Ababa, in that if your measuring stick for a unit is that unit can violent proc and delete somebody or it's bad, then I feel like your expectations of the units are too high. You're just done. Yeah, but there's lots of... So Avery, I'm not going to lie. That's probably true. But at the same time, there are a ton of units that are not good without some kind of setup. Like if your requirement is that the unit does what you want it to do and requires literally no other units in the game to do it, then like maybe draft better. Like bring Galleon, right? Like he's basically a cleave unit with a self-protection mechanism, but before he could just out Bruiser people too. He could do everything. He was a little bit OP. Thanks for the follow, Marcus. Okay, so Oliver exists. No, Oliver doesn't do it by himself though. Chung Pung is kind of nerfed though. He lost now his cleave identity. The thing is though, is if you bring cleave setups, I think he's still going to be an insane cleave unit though. I don't know. Again, I'll see. If he sucks after the patch, I'll eat my words. But I don't think he's going to suck. I think he's going to be, like, now as good as other LD5s good. Oliver does? No, Oliver doesn't. Oliver gives you a 33 lead. What I say about Christina change, I really like it. Mostly because Oblivion's too rare of an effect. And the fact that you can put this on a unit, especially if this is a damage increase. Like, if that first attack does damage... and then the second attack still does as much damage as it did previously, this is going to be really nice because now she lets you Oblivion something and get extra damage on a unit you need to kill. Like, I really want to see the Christina in game. Oliver does, Ongyoki doesn't anymore, and Oliver is elemental. I still think Oliver is not that good. Like, and I mean that, and I don't mean that in like the overall sense of the game. I mean that in the Oliver as a unit right now sucks balls. I hate drafting Oliver, and I hate being drafted against Oliver because all he is a 33% lead. He's not a fun, good unit anymore. But he's also required... He's a force pick for shitty turn 2 drafters unit. Probably first hit won't hit very hard. Maybe. But I want to see it, right? Let's see. Cookies. Let's take a look at some cookies, shall we? Pulling up my cookies. Okay, Madeline's. All Madeline's. Their first skill now has a 50% chance to decrease ATB, which goes to a 70% chance. So they have, that's a little first skill buff, but Vanessa's proactive now, so I'll real a lot worse. So I think them buffing Vanessa is actually going to be insane. Like, the Vanessa buff making another 33 lead that's actually viable and good is actually going to be insane. Christina, budget Destiny? Yeah, kinda. So I think the buff to Vanessa is huge for making Oliver not as required anymore. Well, in fact, there's probably going to be a lot of people that literally draft Vanessa instead of Oliver now. What is now better to scale up, water or fire Ezio? I personally would say fire Ezio, but water Ezio didn't. I mean, the buff to water Ezio is still kind of good. Like I'm gonna have to look for the kind of things you're gonna be able to do with distraction on water Ezio, but I think that's really good still. All right. Okay, water Choco Knight. Skill, let's see, not Commander's Honor, Angel Blessing. Offsets all incoming damage that may cause you to die, removes all harmful effects, and uses Commander's Honor instantly. So basically all that happens is whenever he gets killed before, he used his skill 2 and then didn't die. Now the same thing happens, but he heals by a little bit. Not sure that's enough to make this guy cool. Water kind of still seems a little bit lame. That's, who cares? Wind Dark, Commander Strike. So Commander Strike stuns an enemy and disturbs their hit point recovery and deals damage according to max hit points. So hold on. Okay, so it was a 50% chance before, now it's a 70% chance. It has no skill up, so it's still a 70% chance. Still pretty lame. I don't think I care about that. Maybe they should have made that 100. Like, for a skill 2 with a cooldown, not being able to stun reliably is really lame. So, who cares? No one cares about this. Maybe it matters more for Dark because he has an actual relevant skill 2, or skill 3. Also, a little rebuttal to single target nuke strategies. Has problems with this meta because normally... Marshall Miles will still win. Yeah, but you do have... I agree, but at the same time, I think you're underestimating how good Sonya is going to be. Hey, I'm BMB. How are you? Let's see. Light Choco Knight. So this is his skill 3, which was his passive. So he had a silence for 1 turn with a 50% chance and recovers hit points. Now has a 2-turn silence. Still a 50% chance. So it makes it higher expected value, but at the same time still super RNG. I don't know if that makes this unit good. I feel like this still means it's never going to use. What do you think of Jaeger buff? It's interesting in the Bruiser versus Bruiser fight. I mean, you can go watch this. So this is going to go on YouTube, BMB. So I already covered them. But hey, thanks for the raid, Lucky. But I think it buffs turn 2 on the Fire Monkey. I don't think it makes a huge difference. Hey, Big Papa, how's it going? All right, let's see. Darkslayer Knight. What did they do to Nephthys? They reduced her silence chance to 80% instead of 100%. Hey, Richard. No, I got up early. I wanted to record this to put it on YouTube so I could steal all those sweet, sweet balance patch dollars. No, I'm just kidding. But I am going to put it on YouTube after this. Hey, thanks a lot, Lucky. Thanks a lot for the raid, man. You too. See you around. You too. Like fucking, like you're gonna go stream after this. It's like that. Have a nice flight. You too. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Dark Choco Knight. Let's see. Dark Choco Knight. So this is the one that was always seemed like it was gonna be good, but then wasn't that good. So this one does a 2-turn, 2-time decrease their defense for 3 turns. Deals damage according to max hit points. Now decreases attack bar of all enemies by 25%. So what this actually does is it turns them into... you can watch it on YouTube after this narrator. I'm going to have it up within the hour. I'm not going to go back and cover everything. But there are some big gainers. I think single target cleave got buffed. So anyway, the nice thing what this does is with that 25% ATB decrease, now he is a little bit of a cleave setup. Like he's a fixer. Like for instance, you could have him and a different stripper tuned and have slower nukers to follow him. Like I think this might actually be pretty nice. It's the best defense breaker in the game. Yeah, it is crazy that they changed the Assassin's Creed monsters this fast. Jaeger buff, Jaeger OP. It's not OP. Okay, so speaking of slow nukers, they buff Samurai again. So now, Sword of the Supreme Sky Wolf now only activates on your turn, not applied to counter attacks and team ups, which means that you can't bring him along. Otherwise, like you could do some weird things with like Rogue, right? Ongoki Nef got nerfed and I got buffed like crazy. Yeah, Obabo actually got insane buffed. Nef is a 4% nerf, Copium. Yeah, it's not that big of a nerf actually. Okay, so the cool thing that happened with Sword of the Supreme Skywolf is that now they don't have immunity. What happens now is that they just get a turn when it activates, which means now you can run like say Shige or Tosi, both for instance, have a pretty good nuke, like Dark Slash, which does pretty good damage. Then immediately they have, I believe, a 100% chance when you crit. So if you build them on 100 crit, their third skill has a 100% chance to activate, which means that they're going to guaranteed third skill nuke into Sword of the Supreme Skywolf. Like, it might actually be kind of nuts. It's going to go in, let's see, yeah. Like, it's a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage. So this could be a secret buff, right? Or not a secret buff, it's right there, but like this could be big. I really want to see this happen. In fact, I'm going to probably try to make it happen, but we're still going to get fucked by like RNG units. Yeah, damage adjusted due to the effect change. Yeah, like it may be a tiny buff now. But also what'd be kind of interesting is you might even be able to build them as a bruiser, right? Can you imagine? Hold on. Can you imagine? Think about it. Hold on. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. So you have Shige, right? His skill 2. He skill 2 is he has what? Like a 50% chance? Yeah, 50% chance to activate Sword of the Supreme Skywolf, right? On skill 2. So if you decide to gamble, right? If you skill 2, double slash, hit the 50-50, Sword of the Supreme Skywolf, violent proc, build him on violent, and then get a skill 3 into a full ATB. Like there's a possibility you literally just get to AE 3 times in a row. If you put a violent samurai and pull the, yeah, if you decide to get lucky, you have to get lucky twice. It's a 10% chance, right? But if you pull it and you do a 10% chance, you can skill 2 into a Sword of the Supreme Skywolf, into a skill 3 into a Sword of the Supreme Skywolf. Like you could do it. I don't know. It'll be that'll be like a YouTube like clip, but it'd be hilarious. And then Tosi has yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's cool. So Water Samurai, charging slash increases it decreases ATB with a 50% chance. I believe that's a skill 3. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Yeah, charging slash now does a full ATB decrease. Kind of cool. And then wind is also kind of cool. I mean, this is samurai buffs. It's cool. Trinity's good now, better at least. Okay, got to keep moving. Light Iver. They basically made her tankier, and she lost a little bit of attack. So they made her more of a bruiser. Molly got nerfed, yeah, a little bit. Dark Valk turned her into an actual nuker. That's not an insignificant increase in stats. That's like what, that's like a 15% or a 13% maybe increase in base stats. Oh, it's exactly 15? Okay. My math is not close, but it's okay. Molly's dead in Siege? Yeah, potentially. So this is actually a pretty big buff to Dark Valk. Like, yeah, this is nice. So maybe Dark. This is another Obabo buff. Actually insane. Why would they do that? Okay, big ones for single target cleave. Fire Battle Angel, crit rate increased by 15%. Insane. You probably won't use her. I mean, no. I'm the patch, Obabo. The patch is a buff to you, but this just means you have another tool in the kit. Like in the cases where you would maybe want to use her, now she actually does what she wants. Anyway, Fire Battle Angel. 25% res goes to crit rate. Actually insane. That's such a huge buff to her that makes her way easier to build. Cool. This is really cool. And then Wind Battle Angel, attack speed increased by 15%, which when paired with her passive, which makes her, this basically makes her both do more damage and be more survivable. Like this is gonna be nuts. Like, she was already able to single target cleave people. Now she has 119 base speed with a single target nuke that does extra damage based on her speed. This is actually insane. I don't know if I want to see an AoE strip on a 33 lead, not gonna lie. Like, I think Vanessa is a really good... Anyway, so both of these buffs are insane. Battle Angels are going to be everywhere after this patch. In fact, I'm not going to lie. Like, Sonya might be literally just a counter pick against a lot of the field. Like, you don't have to build her that fast. And she's still, like, just fucks on turn 2. Like, this is actually going to be insane. Like, I think this is really cool. Alright, so leader skill added to some monsters. Dies of Ethna? Yeah, but she's the same speed as Ethna now, right? So you just use her and Ethna. Anyway, here's some of the other things. So now Assassin's got leader skills. Look at this one. Look at this one. The only one I care about, fuck all these other ones, right? Dark Assassin. Single target nuker, self-buffer, easiest to build unit in the game, basically, because she has the crit awakening and self-buffs crit. Now has a 19% speed lead. Look at this. Look at this unit. Self-cycling, single target. Like, not gonna lie, Dark Assassin. Badass. Look at that. She can race Ethnas. She can. Yeah, I think you're underestimating how much damage Sonya does. Shermia. Like, Dark Assassin, actually incredible. Dude, the 100... Shermia, just wait. Dude, she does insane damage, Shermia. It's anyway. Increased attack speed. So Dark Assassin, look out for this one. They forgot Benedict. They forgot lots of things. Where's the Nyx buff? Dark Ezio doesn't need crit rate as much anymore. I wouldn't build him with crit rate anymore. I'd build him with massive crit damage and then let him just do the thing, right? Use her as a more counter. Yeah, actually, as a counter to more, she would actually be nuts too. Where's the Bay buff? How many chains for him? Still nothing for the Bay, unfortunately. All right, so skill errors is some will be fixed.